Pet All the Dogs collection is now available. The link is in the description below. What is up, you guys, and welcome into our awesome channel. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to see our daily entertaining videos and make sure to hit the notification button to stay tuned. In this video, a tiny puppy was found tied to a tree in a swamp area finds love in his new home. Jess was busy hanging her laundry out to dry in her backyard when she noticed something was whining. The noise was faint and distant, but it seemed to be coming from a swampland several acres from her home in the town of Zebulon. She decided to investigate, and that's when she saw Nash for the very first time. Zebulon was dubbed the town of friendly people, but this situation made Jess question everything. Nash was tied to a tree on a small patch of dry land. He was struggling to free himself, but that only made the rope around his neck tighter. Without hesitating, Jess walked into the swamp's mud across 100 feet to reach him. Having traversed the swamp herself, she knew there was no way the puppy had gotten here on his own. She also realized that he didn't get himself all tangled up in the rope the way he was either. Someone had deliberately done this to him. Fortunately, she had a pocket knife on her, which she used to cut the rope. She immediately rushed Nash back home, gave him a bath, and pulled the maggots from his ears. She also found some extra maggots in the wound around his tiny neck. So she took him to the vet, where the SPCA worked with Care First Animal Hospital to get Nash all of the necessary medical care he desperately needed. The vets cleaned his wounds and gave him antibiotics, but they found something very disturbing. There were signs of burns of his tail and ear, possibly caused by sun exposure or chemicals, but they had no way of knowing how long the poor puppy had been tied up like that before Jess has found him, but didn't explain why he had been abandoned or treated so inhumanly. Unfortunately, Nash's ear infection has left him temporarily deaf, so he's been learning hand signals. Since he can't hear commands, he's been taught now to recognize the hand signals for words like tree and bathroom. But everyone's hopeful that Nash will eventually gain his ability to hear again with the proper care. Jess was glad that she came to Nash's rescue in time, but she could have easily missed his cries for help. Wild boar, bobcats, and coyotes tend to roam near her home, so if she hadn't heard Nash's whining, he would have fallen prey to the natural predators in the rural area. Fortunately, he got a second chance at a better life. Nash had survived the traumatic experience, so at first he was afraid of the world and those around him. Trust issues were bound to arise, but shortly after undergoing treatment, he got the social support that he needed from his foster family, which included 2 older dogs. The pooches helped Nash to see that the world isn't really such a bad place after all. Mark Albert of Raleigh wound up fostering Nash, and at first the pooch was very apprehensive, but after 24 hours, Nash was running and playing with his 2 foster brothers, and according to Albert, Nash has a huge appetite, and now Albert hopes that he'll be able to make the pooch a permanent addition to his family, but he better get in line, because there are plenty of people eager to adopt him. So guys, make sure to leave us your thoughts on the people who left the dog alone in the first place, and make sure to leave us a like if you enjoyed the video, and peace out.